24 Ways to Cut Costs for Retirement. Hi guys, Louie here on my Sunday retirement video, and I am on the front porch and just enjoying a misty morning here in my retirement home, although I'm not retired yet, pretty soon. But right now I'm going to go through ways to cut your costs in retirement. This is sponsored by newretirement.com. Great website. Let's get into the 24 ways to cut costs for retirement. I probably won't hit them all, but let's just go ahead and see what they're recommending. Okay, they say know your purpose and have a plan for how you want to spend your time. What's important to you? And where are you going to spend your time? Well, okay, I think that could help you save costs if you know exactly what you want, and you don't squander time and money, which are pretty much the same thing, doing things that aren't important to you. Number two, prioritize, don't just economize. All right, this again is the same thing. I mean, would you rather have the retirement home in the country that you're dreaming of or that $8 cup of coffee? Just be sure that whatever you're buying is something that supports your long-term goal. Or is it a short-term fix? Now, everybody needs an $8 cup of coffee from time to time, but do you do that every day? Do you do that twice a day? Is there an easier and cheaper way to get that buzz? I don't know, something to think about. Get a good understanding of what you spend your money on. Okay, you really need to have a budget. You really need to track what you're spending. Until you know what you're spending, you won't know how much you need to retire, and you won't know how much you need to save to get you to that. So I highly recommend looking at your spending over a year's, go back 1 year, pull out the credit cards and the bank statements, and see where your money goes. Create a long-term budget projection and identify opportunities. Okay, you want to accurately estimate your expenses in retirement. So you'll definitely want to know that your budget for retirement and your expenses is pretty well near the mark. If you're really off on something, whether it be groceries or utilities, it could throw a crimp in your plan. Number five, stay healthy and have the right medical coverage. All right, well, medical coverage in retirement, especially for you early retirees, can be a really big challenge because it can get pricey. Once you hit Medicare age, that's age 65, at least for the time being, then you have at least catastrophic coverage, you have general coverage. For those of you that want to be, fully insured and not have any big surprises with copays, deductibles, or medication expenses, you may want to consider Medigap insurance, something that basically breaks you even no matter what the spending is that lays on top of Medicare. And also, for those of you that don't mind an HMO, well, there's Medi-Cal Advantage, and that will pay much more of the costs than Medicare will and provide extra advantages as well. That might be the cheapest way to go, especially if you're pretty healthy. If you're ill and have specific medical issues, then you may want to stay on Medicare and couple that with a Medigap policy, which will be pricey. And put that in your plan, put that in your new retirement plan, and see how it pencils out. All these things can be modeled on newretirement.com, which is having a 2-week free trial right now if you want to check it out. Build a full financial plan, won't cost you a penny. And if you like what you see, then continue the subscription. It's not really expensive. Okay, lower insurance costs by paying a higher insurance deductible. That is definitely worth thinking about. Most of us have insurance, our entire lives and seldom use it. Now, if you're prone to accidents or, you're not the best driver, you may want to have a lower deductible. But, raising your deductible a little bit, even from $200 to $500, can, reduce your premiums. And if you haven't shopped for insurance, whether it's car insurance or life insurance, home insurance, you really want to do that. There's a trap that I think we fall into these days, and that is the bundling trap. Insurance companies want all your different insurance policies, and then they offer you a discount, but it tends to lock you in, and you get a little more complacent about shopping. And in these days where home policies are getting canceled and where premiums are skyrocketing, I mean, inflation is one thing, but insurance inflation or the loss of insurance completely is a real challenge. I won't say a lot more about that, but shopping your insurance can make a lot of sense and really zoning in on those deductibles. A higher deductible plan, especially for those of us with assets. Why do you need to have a low deductible plan when you have, hundreds of thousands of dollars at your fingertips? And in retirement, I mean, after you've saved the money you need to retire, self insure to the extent of a higher deductible, lower your premiums, and you'll be getting that money back over time. If you have an incident where you do have to pay the deductible, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, and you decide if it's worth the higher monthly premiums for the lower deductible. But I think a lot of people look at higher deductibles as they get older. Okay, I won't linger on this, but eliminate those things that cost you money and make you sick. Okay, eliminate smoking, overpriced coffee. Bottled water is one of their retirements. A pack of cigarettes, it's like, what do they say? In the US is about $8, but the health related costs per pack are $35. This is per the American Cancer Society. So, stay away from that stuff that makes you sick, guys. Easier said than done, right? Do it yourself. Number 9. When you're retired, you're usually rich in time, which means you don't have to hire someone to do stuff for you. If you have your health and you still are physically active, you can fix stuff around your house. You can fix your car. You can build things that are a lot cheaper than buying things. Get out of the consumer economy and start doing things yourself. Thrifting is another thing you can do at the local Goodwill or Salvation Army or on Craigslist or wherever you find good garage sales. If you buy stuff that has a lot of useful life left in it, you don't need to click that button on Amazon. Travel in the off season. Okay, this is a no-brainer, but there are cheaper times to travel and more expensive times to travel. Know what they are. Check the websites on when the cheaper travel seasons are. Of course, don't go to Oregon in December, as I have done before. It's going to rain every day. But go somewhere where you have a reasonable chance of good weather, but not a perfect chance, and save as much as 50% on your airfare. If you're going to take a cruise, etc., make sure you avoid the high traffic seasons. Those prices can really skyrocket. All right, reduce your debt. The average person retiring today carries over $6,000 in high interest credit card debt. And that can be 20 to 30% these days. Gosh, you just don't want that in retirement. So if you haven't paid down your high interest credit card debt, you really want to look at doing that before you retire or using some of your retirement savings to pay that down. There is no investment you're going to make that's going to pay you back 20, 30%. Do pay down those credit cards. And, possibly debt consolidation could help you. Dave Ramsey could definitely help you with the debt snowball. But get on that. You don't want money on credit cards when you go into retirement. All right, that's going to go for your mortgage payment as well. Now, not everybody is lucky enough to pay off their house. Many people will never pay off their house. But if you're older and you got in at a lower price and a lower interest rate, make a concerted effort to pay off your mortgage. If you're in retirement and you're carrying mortgage debt, it reduces the amount of money you have to pull from your 401k. It increases your incremental tax rate, and it just possibly increases the cost of healthcare and other items that should be lower. You can live on a little, but if you have a mortgage, it's going to be really hard to do. And perhaps you can downsize into your final home, a beautiful country home where you can listen to the birds sing, and it won't be as expensive as that city house. You don't need the McMansion in retirement. Matter of fact, I'd say you don't need it 10 years prior to retirement because once you get into a more economical house, you get yourself on a 15-year mortgage and you just blast that thing away. The day you retire, hopefully, is the day you rip up your mortgage. That's what I would wish for you guys. I wasn't so lucky. I didn't do that, and I'm going to have a mortgage in retirement, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. Downsizing. Obviously, you want to downsize before you get so old that you can't even, move a box anymore. So think about downsizing. Think about moving. Think about eliminating the years and years of accumulation that you have. Don't leave that for your kids to do. And honestly, you can make some money doing it. Whether you put stuff on eBay, Craigslist, have a garage sale, the stuff in your garage is worth money to somebody. And if it's not worth anything, the stuff in your garage could make a big difference in someone's life if you donate it. So clean out that garage, get rid of those old collections, monetize that stuff that you thought would be valuable. But I guarantee it probably won't be the stuff that you thought would be, and it will be the stuff you thought wouldn't be. All right, anybody got an old Nintendo cartridge in their garage? Well, take a look for what's selling for on eBay before you dump it. All right, gas and electric savings. This is one of my biggest complaints being in California. They are up to no good. Pacific Gas and Electric, etc., are not your friend, and they are looking for ways to charge you more and more and more. The current plan is to make utilities income based, a fair rate that you will pay based on how much income you have. They will get access to your tax returns, and even if you have solar on the roof, they are going to be charging you based on how much you earn. And if you have that mortgage in retirement, you're drawing more from the 401k or the IRA, your income is going to be higher and you're going to pay more for utilities. That's California. We are absolutely out of our minds in California, and hopefully we can change things politically to change that. I recently converted to propane, which I did a previous video about, which is going really well. And I think we're going to save a fortune over time because we are out of the gas and electric paradigm for propane. Maybe you can do the same thing. It really wasn't all that expensive. The plumber was the biggest cost, honestly. You can rent the propane tanks, and propane has twice the burning capacity of natural gas. So when you compare the prices, don't be fooled. But unfortunately, we're still connected to electricity, even though we have solar on the roof. So we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, don't go with the flow. Cut your water usage. All right, guys, you don't need all that water. Someday water is going to be more expensive than diamonds, I think. And fix those toilets, okay? And if you have time, do it yourself. The part is $20, but a leaking toilet can cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. A water hose left on in the part of the yard you don't get to very often could be $500. You want to be miserly with your water. You want water efficient plants. Water efficient landscaping and low drought tolerant plants if you can. And if you can collect rainwater, well, it is like liquid gold, guys. So don't overlook your water needs. Those prices are going to be going up as well. All right, I think I'm going to cut it there. I have more to do, but this video has been long enough. I hope you enjoyed the morning view of the front yard with the damp and misty morning and the birds trying to find something to eat. Got to fill those bird feeders. So I hope you're having a great day. Before you leave, please click the link below and check out newretirement.com. It is going to provide you so much information that will be specific to you because you'll enter your particular demographics, your income levels, your Social Security retirement age, and your expectations for inflation. Nobody knows what that's going to be, and investment returns depending on how you invest, as well as your family and pensions, etc., etc. So get over there to newretirement.com and at least try the 2-week free trial. When you do it, I guarantee it will change the way you look at everything, and it'll help you to get back on track. Just like writing your weight on a calendar day after day, when you manage and you track your investments and your retirement plan, you're going to be able to tweak it in ways that'll help you retire early. Okay, so please do that, and I appreciate New Retirement for sponsoring the website, and I like to thank all of you for sticking around and watching this, and I will see you next week on Retirement with Louie. Thanks so much, and bye for now.